Britain is heading to the polls once again. There's a general election approaching, so I'm getting out of the office and on the road to find out what's happening at this volatile political time. Over the next few weeks, I'll be travelling across the UK in this trusty old Morris Minor for the FT's 2017 election road trip. For our second stop, I'm in the historic Roman spa town of Bath in England's West Country. Historically, this was a blue seat, but the Liberal Democrats took it in a surprise victory in 1992. The Tories didn't take it back until 2015, and now it's a prime target to change sides once again. Since last year's EU referendum, the Liberal Democrats have seen a surge in activity and membership as the unadulterated party of Remain. In prosperous areas such as Bath, where over 2/3 voted against Brexit, they hope to seize on this anxiety and regain their parliamentary footing. But are voters taking any notice of them? Tell me what you think about the upcoming general election.
I would do anything to get rid of the Tories.
And what do you think, why is that? What do you think of Theresa May?
I'm not very keen on her. I don't like her stance in Brexit.
Have you decided how you're going to vote in this election?
I think probably Lib Dem, just to get the Tories out in this seat.
I just hope that Theresa May gets in again, myself.
You like Theresa May?
I do, very much so, yeah.
And what about you? How do you feel about Theresa May?
Yeah, exactly the same.
Yeah, no, and are you both natural sort of conservative voters? Or?
Not necessarily. The Tories got it together, they know what they're doing, and I think Labour in disarray. They got the wrong leader for a start.
And how do you feel about Brexit? Were you in or out in last year's referendum?
I didn't agree with it.
But you're still going to vote for the Conservatives, though, regardless of that. How
Yes.
so? Do you mind that Brexit's happening?
It's too late now to mind about it.
And what about the Liberal Democrats? Because you could vote for them because they really want to stop Brexit from happening.
Too wishy-washy.
Too wishy-washy.
No.
At the end of the day, the country's voted to be out, whether you agreed out or in, but it's the country's voted out, and you've got to support out, not in, because we voted out.
So you think that's it, it's all done, it's get on with it now?
Absolutely, you can't turn back now.
There's no turning back.
The Europeans, they can't.
There's no way around it.
The Liberal Democrats here want to make this election all about Brexit and essentially rerun last year's referendum campaign. But in many voters' minds, they're actually thinking about leadership. The question whether they want Theresa May or Jeremy Corbyn as their Prime Minister. We have a Hobhouse, who's the Liberal Democrat, only wants to talk about the EU. So this constituency is about 68% of it backed remaining in the EU. So essentially, you're appealing to those people and say, you don't like the referendum result, I'm going to come along and help overturn that. Is that your pitch?
Our pitch is that we accept that people have spoken, but...
Not everyone here, though.
Not everyone here, but people in Bath have accepted that Article 50 is now triggered. That is a reality, you can't walk away from that. But politicians change their mind. Theresa May has changed her mind. She said no election until 2020 within 6 months. She's changed her mind to have a general election. If politicians can do that, why isn't there at least the opportunity for people to change their mind at the end of the Brexit negotiations?
Ben Howlett is the young incumbent Conservative MP for Bath. Many didn't expect him to win this seat at the last general election, and his 3,000 majority is under threat. To kill off the so-called yellow peril, he's crafted a bespoke election message on Brexit, one that certainly differs from the rest of the Conservative Party.
If there was a referendum run tomorrow, I think most of my colleagues who campaign for Remain would probably campaign for Remain again. But that is not the choice on the table. The choice at the moment.
But if it was, would you go out there and campaign for Remain again?
If there was a referendum tomorrow, of course I would do. But ultimately, that is not the choice on the table. The choice is whether or not we want to end up in this election facing Theresa May or ultimately an unknown Liberal Democrat parachuted in from somewhere outside of Bath who's not a local. I'm the first MP to live in Bath for 30 years, and what I want to do is deliver on my local message, but also to support the government in delivering that free trade deal with the European Union.
25 years ago, Bath was the symbol of the Liberal Democrats coming of age as a serious political party. In 2015, it was a symbol of their decline. Today, it really does look to be a very tight race. all eyes will be on Bath on election night. If the Liberal Democrats win here, it will show they're back as a serious political force. But if the Tories manage to hold onto it, it'll show they can still beat them in what is their natural territory. So that's 2 seats down. Join us again for another instalment of the FT's election road trip.